What's up? I'm on Vindictus, all that good stuff. My day's going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. If you haven't noticed, I've been streaming throughout the day. Sorry if my normal general gameplay happened to have poetry on it kind of spilled over when there was no specific topic on it. May happen from time to time, depending on what it was that was going on at the time. But not premeditated. No subject for... Sorry if it was not premeditated. Usually I have a general idea upon what it is I will say. No matter upon what it is in generalization that I will say. And sorry if it offends you as well. But the only question is, does it offend you because you are on the other side of it? Or do you see it wrong as there should be no one upon the other side of it? Sorry if you were upon the other side, but it's your decision if it was that you were upon that side. I know many might think that I am somewhat cryptic and all that, but that is far from what it is that I do with that. Sorry if it is that you do not understand. Maybe within that, you could look at the facts that maybe you do not understand. Sorry if it is that you miscomprehend, misunderstand, for you are not within that to understand. For many, it may be only amongst the fact that you had to be in the middle of that. Or merely just a part of it. In some way, no matter how it was that you were a part of it. But for much of what it is, if it is that you are defended for what it is that I have said, why would you be defended for the truth that happens to be said? If it were that you were. Sorry if it was that you were. No matter my YouTube or here. No matter if it is you perceive me as something that is different than what it is that in truth I see. No matter if you think that I am less. Sorry if it is that you think I am less. Or even amongst what it is that you try to prove that. The opposite for that. I can prove for, even if it is you try to prove that. Sorry if it is that you misunderstand me. For what it is I stand for. If it is for some reason you misunderstand, it is not me that does the videos that you misunderstand. It is one that is not incorporated in such things that this would be true. For there is only one that does these videos that speaks to you.
Strange, too quiet.
The other may seem that they are apart if there is.
You think they've kept Clodagh alive?
I'm sure of it. Jakar may be a Fomor, but he's no butcher.
But in truth, is it that they actually are? Or is? Or are they nothing more than a spectator? If it is, there is a spectator.
What's he talking about? Prepare for battle.
Sorry if it is, you have to deal with such things as that. Trying to figure out for what it is that is that. Sorry if there's ones that try to silence. For what it is that is the truth that they try to silence. At least as far as what it is that I see. If it is, it's experienced by me, but not experienced by you. Does it still make it true? Or say that it's something that you have experienced and I have not. Can I tell you that these things you have experienced not? May or may not understand that. But for what I may experience, can you comprehend that? Sorry if that hits a nerve. But it's okay, even within what it is that I can prove that has happened to me. There are ones that have tried to tell me that there's no way that that has happened to, well, me. But how can that be? Is there something that is misunderstood? Could it be that maybe amongst many things, different things happen to be heard different things happen to be seen. No matter for what it is it happens to be. It's unique. Each individual, a story that is unique to each individual. But having evidence to such things, like physical evidence or other things, then what happens when it is that one tries to disprove such things? Is it easy? Yes, it may be. Sorry if it is you do not understand. Sorry if it is you do not, for what I say, you understand. Or if it is that you do. But it is not comprehended by you. That is something that is your job, not upon mine. You are the one that is required to expand your mind, which is responsible for all things that are contribute to comprehension. No matter for what it is that is your requirement for your comprehension. I cannot do it for you. Sorry if it is I cannot do it for you. Sorry if it is that you think I speak in a way that is too complicated. Sorry if for some of you it is far from complicated. For some, they could cling upon every word, understand upon no matter what word. No matter for what happened to be said or not. They could tell you exactly for what it is I said. No matter if you think it's cryptic or not.
Huh? What's up?
Sorry if it is if you think that. For poetry is not what I do with that. Only by expanding your mind do you understand. But then again, like I said before, it is not my job to ensure that you understand. It is nice upon the fact if it is you do. It is kind of irritating if it is you think I speak in cryptic riddles to you. Sorry if it is that is your view. Because, in truth, that is not what it is that I intend to do. I mean to speak to the heart of you. not to intimidate or lessen you, or make you think that I am more or less than you. Sorry if that is your current and miseducated view. Sorry if these motivational poetry things disencourage you. But what it is that you are able to do, but if for some reason it does, can I ask you a simple question? For why would it? Why would it discourage? Is it that you do not have the courage? Is it a task that maybe for you is too much? Maybe you think someone else will handle it, for you it's too much? Sorry if you think that there is one that will do that. Without actions, there is none that are willing to do that. For even within ones that had promised, there are still actions required for what is promised. Sorry if you mistranslate things that have been promised. Pay attention, for actions are required for all things that can be obtained by any promise. Upholding certain things, being set apart from being amongst what it is that they would declare as not to be, such as these. Sorry if it is you do not understand for these things. Sorry if it is that you misinterpret. Sorry if it is that you cherry pick, for you do not know how to properly interpret. If it is that you think you will have a promise that will be withheld, without for what is required for that promise to be withheld. Or fulfilled. That is easy to know. No matter for what I say or how it goes. At least as far as what it is I say or for what other might think. Misjudge for what I say, folly is what they think. Or even amongst ones that understand. Amongst kings of men. These are ones that fully understand. Ones that wish to be only wish to understand and see. For many things can be said with a single line. No matter for what it is you say upon that line. Many times, within one or two lines. Can be things in between. Reading the lines that happen to be in between. Sorry if it is you think I do such things. Sorry if it is you have seen ones do such things. The ones I feel sorry the most for are the ones that are coy and sly. I feel sorry even more. For they don't even make it achievable. Unless you are at least where they are to be achievable. No matter for what it is that you wish to achieve. There are many that are above you that do not wish for you to achieve. Not only do they mock you, they mock the ones that try to defend you, or teach such things to you, or try to discredit. For what folly they are not able to discredit. For it is the folly of theirs. For the information that they hide from you is not theirs. What happens if the one that owns that information chooses to reclaim that information from ones that could not and will not? What happens then? Amongst the coy and sly, what will be their end? For they would not have it if it was not for the one that owned it at that spot. Sorry if that offends you, my elite friend, if it is you happen to listen. What's the matter? Are you, a little nervous as it is you listen? Well, what happens if there's one that stands for something that is brighter than you? As it was, I was spoken earlier about. What happens if what you see as your truth is shown for what it is and what it's about? Definitely not the truth is it about. So, are you coy and sly? Is it that no matter for what you try to do, your effort will die? Will it be that you challenge one that cannot be challenged for what it is that is truth? For challenge of truth cannot be. For the only result amongst that will be one thing you see. The death of all falseness that you claim to be truth, and it will be seen. No matter if it is you wish it to be or not. You cannot fight against truth, for falsity has no foundation to stand. And a house that cannot stand does what? For it does not have a firm foundation and a cornerstone that was made by the master of all craftsmen amongst all cornerstones. Sorry if it is that you are one that pit yourself against. The truth, how is that easy to pit yourself against? Not the wisest decision, I will say that. Sorry if it is that you think you can do that. No matter for what the truth may be. But there is one thing you will see. For the ones that have the eyes and the ears. Even amongst events that happen now. Sorry if it is you do not know. But there is one that has told what it is you will do now. Even me amongst these things. Does not like. What is it that you, with your folly, you happen to fight? For what is it that amongst the truth is it that you do not like? Is it that it proves that you are the one at wrong? When in truth, no matter for what you think or have declared to be morally wrong, even amongst them you question, you cannot say you have not and do not question. Sorry if it is that you happen to grow up in a time and area that is a little bit harder to grow up. In a time when all you see is dishonesty. In a time that, amongst many things, you will see things that, amongst a certain generation, you did not see until a certain point amongst that generation. That was and is being fulfilled, even if you know or admit it is being fulfilled. Sorry if it is this alarms you. Even for more sorry if it does not. For it proves the lack of your morals in this spot. And lack for what it is that is true and what will be. And for the truth of what was and is currently being seen. There would be only one way for these to say upon what it is that you happen to do upon that day. They were there amongst that time and then at the same time from the start to the end. Sorry if that frightens you. Sorry if that is something that, for some reason, you do not understand for what that means. Sorry if it is you do not understand for what, for you, that means. Sorry if it is you think I speak in riddles. For, in fact, I do not speak in riddles. At least as far as what would be my perception. If it is a riddle to you, then your lack of perception or lack of comprehension would be the contributing factor. If it is you wish to know for what it is that contributing factor. Like I have said before, ones that have better comprehension, they will not say it is a riddle. For them, it is far from a riddle. It is merely a way to speak. Not a riddle as it is you happen to speak. Of course, I have mentioned this before. Sorry if it is you do not understand for what it is I have said before. But amongst what it is that is your field, that is your best profession, for what it is that you are talented and are easily to do within your profession, something that comes natural to where it is easy for you to do it no matter when or where, or how it is that you are perceived or seen there. Within your profession, you make it look as is easy. For one that speaks just as me, for them it is easy. Do not even comprehend. Many times I even speak to myself from the start to the end. Freestyle, no. Pre-thinking of anything other than what it is that is my title. Sorry if it is. You think I think of more before I tell you my title. In case you do not know for what it is this time. Sorry if. That is the only two words I knew before I started doing this in front of you. Not even a buffer amongst the time that it is being done. It is in the exact time that it is being done. Within the milliseconds that is required for the server for the information to be acquired. Sorry if it is you think I planned it out. For I have no idea before I start my stream what it will be about. Or my video for that matter. Do not have to worry about my videos for I have like 20 or 25 for that matter. Lined up in a row. Just like all my ducks that I have in a row. Sorry if it is you think I do not have them in a row. How else do you think I would make sure upon the fact this would go? Even amongst what might be sent months ago, for I knew for what would be sent. I am still waiting for it, or the evidence for what it is that I have heard. Even amongst things other than that, is it that I have heard? Or seen for that matter? Sorry if it is that I am not one that does not be coy or sly in this spot, for I directly tell you, in my own way upon this spot. No matter if you understand it or if it is that you do not. Sorry if it is. For what you are capable, you believe not. Sorry if it is that you think that that is only amongst for what is and is able to be accomplished by the elite, and for you it is not. For I wish to ask you a simple question about this, so that we may deal with this question. Were they always? They had to start somewhere. They could not be, and how could they for always? Pretty simple when you look at that. They have to start somewhere. Practice this and that. Become better for what it is that they need to. Are you willing to do for what it is you need to? Or is this something that you will not? The proof of that we will see upon this spot. Sorry, it is you choose not. Sorry if it is even amongst for what it is that you think you can understand. There's gaps within what it is that you can understand. I have mentioned this once or twice before. Well, actually, technically, probably more. For what it is, I say, even amongst this current day, there are points where I have not got to that point where I can technically say. A work in progress, not the finished. For at this point, you are seeing only the result of the progress. Not for what it is that is the end result. Sorry if you think that this is the end result. For the way that I'm able to convey. About the way that I happen to say. About how it flows from the mouth that it happens to flow as it happens to be and are able to be say. Sorry if it is that it is not a complete work upon this day. But I can start somewhere. Sorry if it is that you expected somewhere. Sorry if it is that you think that certain things are different for what it is that you have seen. Or comprehend for what ones that you think defend you. In truth, they are ones that are far from ones that wish to defend you. Sorry if it is that ones that have made themselves to look that way do not and cannot look that way. For when light has happened to be shown, they must flee, for the true light has been shown. For what it is. Sorry if it is something that you would wish not to be. All this evil that you happen to see. But there's only one that can change that. With your actions and for what it is that you pursue, you can do that. Each play their part. One may motivate for one to do their part, while it is that amongst that is what it is they are to do. When others, the action or for what you see, is the result of what motivation they happen to be influenced and for what it is they can be. No matter for what it is, for what you fight, there is always a source for what it is. But no matter for what it is you fight, there will always be opposing sides for what it is you fight. For what one sees as right, another sees as wrong. Sad, but for what I say, it is not wrong. Even amongst ones that wish to be the puppet master, what happens if them strings are cut, and no longer is there a puppet master? Or they are revealed for the one that is behind the curtain. All of a sudden, that's like Wizard of Oz. Do not pay attention to the one behind the curtain. Sorry if it is you do not know that about politics. Sorry if you think that this Trump thing is more than politics. For there are many proofs amongst this. We'll not get into that. I'm going to leave that out. But I have mentioned it before, and for what it is about. But if it is, that is what they're doing. Quick question. For what are they hiding from you that they are doing? Or what is it that they wish for you not to notice? Or is it something else that they wish for you to notice? Sorry if it is decoy amongst those sly. They've tried to fool you and you fell for that such lie. What happens if it is the truth is shown? For the ones that this truth they do not wish to be shown. Just a small example. I could be right, I could be wrong. Could be just something that I have interpreted wrong. But looking at the facts, for what it was done and the truth of that. Makes you wonder. The only thing I do is a question. Amongst what it is that I mention with this question. Why would it be that they would target him? What do they not wish? What do they fear about him that they do not wish to get? Why would they do such a thing to a self-man? When I say a self-man, one that is made with his own two hands, not being lended, pleading amongst, fund me for I lay out my hands. One that is not bought with a check. One that is able to write his own very big check. What would it be that a elite would fear from that? Sorry if it is, you do not understand that. A self-made man is more dangerous than one that is funded. For one that is funded from themselves is not one that has to oblige to anything else than themselves. For what it is they will do without being told for what it is they will do. For ones bought and paid for are easily manipulated, for they are bought and paid for. Amongst the two, which is which amongst these two? Interesting question I raised to you. Sorry if that is misunderstood or uncomprehended by you. Or amongst other things. Are there certain things have you noticed? Or have you taken the time, or do you have the perception to notice? Like, sorry if it is that you think these protesters are right for what it is they do. Let me show you for your folly you think. If it were that the ones they happen to protest against were to do the same, do you know what the ruling was when it was against? I encourage you to look it up if it is you have not. You will find out there is some unequal treatment upon this spot, and it is not in favor of one that is to have unlimited favor. I gotta make some adjustments, but other than that, it looks like about time for me to take an intermission. What is you think of whatever it is that I happen to say? Sorry if it is you have to ponder upon what it is I happen to say. didn't mean to put that yet. Nor that. Within certain things, sometimes control is something that you do not have. Sorry if it is within what control you wish to have. It is something that you do not. Within what it is that you have control or you do not. It is something amongst that you are supposed to have control, but for some reason you do not. Sorry if it is that way. Sorry if it is amongst kings of men. Ones meant to be lords and ladies amongst these men. Squabble from the start to the end. When it is they should concern themselves with the ones that are less than kings of men. Sorry if it is that you did not get that. Sorry if you are a king amongst men and you do not comprehend that. Or a queen. And if you do not, how much longer will you be a king or a queen? For when it is that the ones that are below you are the ones that you work for. You cannot be a king or a queen if it is you have not for who you work for. Sorry if it is the king or queen that I happen to step upon a toe. At least at that point, the same way we face, and we both know. If it is that you are not, then you would not get for what it is I have said. But sorry that these useless squabbles happen amongst kings of men. Of course, when there are many think, many project for what it is they happen to think. No matter if it is wrong or right for what it is they think. Some have more power than others, while others they crave the power of that is possessed by the others. Always trying to climb that ladder. Sorry if it is you have your difficulty climbing that ladder. It's not upon the bottom or the top. It is that amongst all spots. But it is more being upon the bottom you do not wish to be. For many things happen to be said about such things as that. And overcrowded are the bottom for what it is that is the truth of that. But how amongst that? Is it, can you achieve that? Gaining status for what it is you do not have. Not easy to do such things as that. No matter for what it is that is required for you to do to achieve that. But for that is for what it is. Sorry if you do not like it for what it is. No matter for what it may be or for you for what it is. Climbing that ladder, it is the truth of what it is. Craving for what it is another has. Being better for what it is you're able to do when for what it is that you have. Other status or other things that are projected or shown with status. Sorry if it has been hard. Sorry if it is that you, amongst that journey, you have become, with your heart hard. Maybe in so much way. One trying to help you, you could not hear them, for it is required. For some things said or information acquired. For your heart to understand for what it is. Or to interpret for what it is. For the truth of the matter. Within that truth, your heart it matters. Within the comprehension as well. Of course, ones that have the knowledge must ask them as well. Very specifically commanded. Have you done for what it is that has been commanded? Sorry if it is you have not. Or did you lose something valuable that you needed to understand, and that is why you do not? Not the easiest thing to omit such things. As far as what it is that you may have wanted or were able to do such things, but chose not. Chose to have greatness not. to be the greatest version of yourself. Sorry if it is that you have chosen this not. If it is that you have, must continue to strive for what it is, no matter for what it may be that you do not have, but for that you need for what it is. Even amongst kings of men, many do not understand for what it is they should stand, or for what it is that they seek. For no matter what it may be they seek, or for what it is they know and where,
Strange, too quiet.
I've never seen Jakar lay a trap.
You think they've kept Clodagh alive?
I'm sure of it. Jakar may be a Fomor, but he's no
Sir
butcher.
Keegan!
Jakar? What's he talking about? Prepare for battle.
sorry if it's been a journey that has been hard. No matter for what it was or how it has been hard. If it is, in truth, whatever it may be that you wish to achieve. Within, that is, rooted in truth, you can achieve. Something that is not, might as well not accomplish it, for it will be accomplished not. Or there will be folly seen for what it is, no matter for what it is, or have been seen for what it is. Sorry if it is for what it is. Sorry if you do not understand for what is said with this. Sorry if it is that you do. Sorry if it is that you think I speak riddles to you. Or I can easily put it a very simple way. For what you understand. That is the only way you can comprehend or understand. Or it may not have been for you at all. Even though you might listen or see it, how do you know that is for you at all? Can you confirm such things? Sorry if it is you misinterpret such things. If it is you do understand, does it offend you for what it is you understand? Or does it inspire you to learn more? If it is that you do not know and you wish to know more. Sorry if it does not. Makes me wonder, why would you have curiosity not? Would it be that maybe you wish to not be involved? Is it that you are even able to be involved? Sorry if it is you think you can. When it is proven upon the fact that far from that is it that you can. Sorry that your struggle might have been hard if it is that way. But what have you done to change it upon this day? If you do nothing, it remains that way. If you complain, is it something that changes that? Or is it something that does not? Of course, it depends upon what it is your specialty and what you are gifted at and what it is that you are not. Even amongst the most difficult tasks, some are talented amongst many tasks. Some are not. Some have comprehension, while others do not. Some are good at getting things done, while others, they are far from able to get anything done. As far as what it is that they might wish to achieve. As far as something that they were never meant to achieve. One's only within certain circumstance would they even consider. Among such things that are that circumstance. But within that, they are the most talented and the most able to do such things as that. Some have forgotten such things. Some are more talented amongst many or certain things. Or they are able, and without any hesitation and the proof of what another might think they are able. Sorry if it is that you think you are not able. For you must be willing first. But of course, you cannot just do it in a sudden burst. Sorry if it is you think that many above or below you do not care for what happens to you, for they are below you. Sorry if it is you think no one cares if it is that you are one that is higher than them. For you never know how much one pays attention to you from the start to the end. No matter for what or how you might think, there's always someone that tries to comprehend for how it is you think. They have to, do they not? At least ones that watch one such as that. For ones of great stature. Amongst ones of status. They have to make sure they do not challenge their such status. But what happens if it does? No matter for what might be the status. No matter for what you might crave or what you wish to have as your status. Sorry if it is you think that there is not another that craves your spot. There are many that wish for yours more than any others. No matter if you are elite or if it is that you are not. There's always someone training more than you in this spot. You can believe that or you cannot. But the proof of that you will see in this spot. No matter for if you believe or not. Sorry if it is that you believe not. Sorry if it is that you envy another spot. One that natural doing you cannot. For if it is these ones you crave to be within their spot, they do it naturally and you do not. What happens if they practice just as much as you? Who wins and who does not? So, a slight warning as well. Just because you have talent does not mean that that is the position that you will dwell. If it is that you choose to set it aside. And the others that are ones that actually will work. But you choose to set it aside and choose not to work. Will you be amongst what it is you wish to see? Or ones that have less talent than you? Will the leaders you see? Talent means nothing if you do not use it. Sorry if it is that you are foolish enough not to use it. Sorry for what it is that you could have. Sorry for what it is that you think that you are not able to do because you overthink. And the ones I feel sorry for amongst this are the ones in the world that will never get to experience whatever it is that is this. How many things will go to the grave? You are the one that chooses us upon this day. And even for some, when there is no life left. If you do not believe me, you can see the sun. Go to a nursing home and ask for what it is you regret. You'd be surprised upon the answer you get. Talents wasted. Ideas, inventions will never be seen, for it was wasted. Never willing to push yourself beyond what it is that you think is your limit. I'll tell you a secret about limits. If you know what it is, why do you not challenge it for what it is? How good of a weightlifter would you be if upon your bench press you stop and never go beyond it? Same principle within your gifts and talents or aspirations. You think that is not a wall that can be climbed over? Do you think it is a mountain that declares that it is over? Sorry if it is that you think that. Sorry for the ones that do not even know that you happen to think that. For they will never see for what it is they were meant to. Because you were too weak to do for what it is you were meant to. Even though, for you, it is possible. If only you believe all things are possible. I feel sorry for the ones that will never see the great things that within their neighbor, even at times, they happen to see. And amongst many, there's one answer that is given by many. For they know my heart. Nothing more happens. And if you pay attention to the record, for what was before that, it is the same. Why do you think they were questioning you upon that day? In case that is, you do not understand for what it is I say. There are some that have great aspirations, and dreams. But they sit on it and do nothing amongst these dreams. For many years, or however it may be, others happen to see. And then one asks about it. And that is the answer when it is they are asked about it. But unknowing for what it is that they claimed particularly happen to be knowing. For if it is a sheep does not wish to go for where it is to be meant, it is prodded for where it is to be meant. Not knowing, they actually insult for the one they claim to be knowing. Yes, they do know your heart. They know you will not act. And that is why they have sent them to you for you to act. But instead you slap them amongst the face. And even insult them by claiming for why they were sent to that place. Sorry if it is you use that excuse. I hope the next time you see someone do that, you tell them for what it is. Because that only happens to one that sits upon their dream. One no actions are there seen. One that is meant to have great things. One with only the actions can that be seen. One that claims that they have a great dream. And then insults the one that tries to remind them of their dreams. And for what was promised to them as well. And you wonder why you get nothing. You do not follow commands as well. It is, you are the one that hides the coin amongst the one that were given the coins. What will it be when it's happened to come back? Pay attention for what with that parable was said for what happened with this one that hid the coins in the ground. Flee from me, what? That is your gifts, not money, my friend. Or is it that it is gifts? Is that the coin's representation of the gifts given at birth? And then judged for at the end of your life for what you have done with the gifts you were given at birth? When it is that is to be returned to the one that gave it to you, for it has to be returned. Sorry if it is You are one that happens to use that excuse. Do you see the folly amongst that excuse? The ones I feel most sorry for, as far as all that, are the ones that do not comprehend. For when one that you have something that could make a major impact, and you choose to sit on it, and then you're warned about, you might not want to sit on it. And then you claim for, you cherry pick a verse that, technically speaking, you confirm upon the fact why they are there, fulfilling that verse. Of course they know your heart. Why do you think they sent you? For they know you will not act, and that is your heart. Unless intervention happened to be there. And then you insult the one that sent them. Fulfilling the verse for why they were sent there. And many times, it is merely but a question. Hey, I thought you were going to be doing this. Hey, whatever happened to this? Well, hey, man, you know, you could... And you spit and smack the person in the face that sent it. Not realizing you do it. Sorry if it is. You did not realize you do that. For ones that happen to use that excuse and do that. No matter what it is. No matter for what it is that is your dream or aspiration. There's other things amongst these questions that I have asked you to ask what it is that is within the last times that ones are able to do these things. What is it that they happen to regret? The ones that are within the nursing home that they happen to regret. Look, do you think you do not have a chance for what it is you need to do or for what it is you need to get? Actions are required for anything for you to get. If you sit there expecting for someone else to do it for you, why would there be another to do it for you? Even amongst ones that know for what it is they should do. I had once, actually one, say something that made me kind of laugh when they said it. Oh, you wish to do this? Well, if you wish to make God laugh, tell them your plans. Is it rooted in truth? That is the question. Do you think that within that whole thing, wish for you to prosper, right? The desires of your heart, is it rooted in truth? For what it is you wish to do? Is it something that is wicked, that is amongst the world? So, that statement, let me ask you this mere question that will make you rethink that statement. What commands as it is that have been commanded to be a good steward? That is one that has been commanded. What else? Delight in things that are of right? Disgust what it is that is of the wicked? To be set apart from the world and not to be wicked? So, if your plans are rooted in truth, can you actually say that? If your plans line up for what it is that is truth? Interesting question, isn't though? That's why I kinda laughed when they said that. I'm like, and you have no idea that I speak for the very person that you just said that about, do you? You don't know everything I speak is rooted in that exact thing, do you? The very one that claimed that. Well, I will say only one thing. Might want to take the plank out your eye before you say that. Because I don't see you doing anything. Lead by example, or you have no right to say anything. Sorry if it is, you feel that way too. Sorry if it is that the world has conformed you. To what it is that is what it is they wish for you to be and for you to be within their view. Sorry it is that is your view. But no matter for what it is you might believe. When you do for what it is you might within public that you can hurt another. Is it moral for what it is you do to another? I'm not claiming to be amongst one that gets that right all the time. Never said that before or at this point of time. There are many times that I will admit I have been either a little mean or other things. Sometimes it is kind of hard to escape from such things. But to know when it is that you are right, or for when it is that you are wrong. To do your best within your power and ability to do for what is right and wrong. Within limitations. Especially if it is ones are interfering with what should not be a limitation. Or things that are interfered with. That are not to be interfered with. For they should have never been in such an area. For at that point they do not belong, nor are they supposed to be in such area. Or affecting for what it is that they try to. And all efforts that they happen to try to will die compared to what it is that is what should be. No matter for whatever it is that they wish to see. Sometimes when it is that you tell for what it is, you have to be brutal for the truth. No matter if it hurts for you to hear or comprehend the truth. Even when ones stand against, they kneel before you, no matter if they stand against. Sorry if it is that you do not have resilience. For amongst times of struggle, you have to show your resilience. And when it is that I say I'm sorry, I speak to the ones that should be witnessing it. These are the ones I say I am sorry. For you do not get to witness great things that you were to. If it were, there was ones that were brave enough. But at least there are a few that happen to be brave enough. Sorry if it is that you do not match that description. But, telling the truth, as far as what it is, no matter for what it may be or for what it is, telling that you can accomplish anything. If it were that you were only believing for what it is that you were able, believing for what another thinks is impossible. The question about that is this. With everything that you have ever seen that has been a record, how did they break this? Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So, until next time.